This Saturday, I don't know if you're aware of it, was 420, and so it was a madhouse over there.
It's April 20th?
No, 420. Yeah, it was April 20th, but 420. You know 420.
No, what's that?
How do you not know? You've never heard of 420?
No.
Well, it's a big deal. I mean, it's real popular in the culture right now, and everybody's wearing 420 shirts, and you see 420 bumper stickers, and everyone's talking about it. 420 is a code term used primarily in North America that refers to the consumption of cannabis, and by extension, a way to identify oneself with cannabis subculture. Observances based on the number 420 include smoking cannabis around the time 4:20 p.m. as well as on the date April 20th.
No, what date is that? What year?
This was around 1970.
No, this.
Anyway, a widely discussed story says that a group of teenagers in San Rafael, California, used the term in connection to a fall 1971 plan to search for an abandoned cannabis crop that they had learned about.
Huh? You know, dogs and humans love to run because it apparently gives them a natural high similar to that of marijuana, according to the University of Arizona.
Wow.
After running what are called cannabinoids, the chemical found in marijuana that gives you a feeling of euphoria, are higher in humans and dogs, and this encourages them to run again. To 7-Eleven for a Slurpee.
Veterinarians in Colorado have reported that marijuana use is on the rise amongst dogs. They say you'll know if your dog is too high if it starts making a really tall sandwich.
They like sweets better
What's
when
that
they're high.
Yes, I don't know.
In England, a woman was arrested for throwing a birthday party for her 16-year-old son that included marijuana, alcohol, and strippers. Now she's got even bigger problems. What to do for his 17th birthday?
Whatever.
Oh, why
Smells
not?
like a fucking pot dispensary in here.
Oh, Norm, let's stay on track here. Let's stay on track. So it's been hard for me to get
Christ,
on.
I feel like I'm getting.
It's getting
You
normal.
know what I'm saying? I'm making sense.
It's not you, is it?
No.
No, I'm not gonna. Let's move the show in a good order here.
But you don't seem. You seem different.
You know, okay, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go out of
It's
order.
okay. It doesn't
No.
matter. It doesn't
I'm
matter.
gonna remember this.
It's legal. It's legal.
Okay, it has to do with what you just
Medicinal
did. Norm fucks
marijuana
with
is
people.
legal.
The most painful thing in the world for me is, and I realize, and it's so true, one of the most, not physical pain, but just mental pain, is waiting to talk. And that's what I was doing out there. You know, you're outside there, they're talking, but you're waiting to talk.
That's not all you were doing outside. It's legal. It's legal. It's legal.
I almost don't want to admit this because it makes him look so bad.
No, but
he made me smoke pot, America. This is the truth. I don't believe in God, but my truth. My truth. Outside, he goes, "Come on, you'll smoke, you'll smoke, you'll smoke." I'm like, if you want me to smoke, I'll smoke. I didn't plan on it because I get chat. People that smoke pot more than you think, you're always fighting with them when you go, "I only smoke pot 4 times a week." You're just saying it casually. They're like, "You smoke more than that." Like, relax. What are you afraid? I'm not admitting I'm like you.
4 times a week seems like a lot to me.
Does it really?
A little.
Look into my eyes.
I'm serious. I'm very serious.
No, I don't know who Bill Boggs is. The name sounds familiar. Oh, shut up. What are the odds smoke came billowing out of my mouth after half an hour? Really? You think your audience is that dumb? They're going to sit home and go, "Oh my God, Todd Glass, a half an hour into his interview, smoke came billowing out of his mouth." Do you think we stopped saying N-rig, which means, you know, or N-rich, or nigger-rich, or nigger-rig, which were terms that some people are going, were they terms? Because, well, it's a fine. Or do you think we just shouldn't use people?
Or what they say when you,
people,
stop with that joint there, you're getting spit on it.
So, no, hold on a second. So most people would say that we stopped those things because it was egregious.
Yes.
I know what I'm saying.
You know, I know.
And so you have to say.
I was trying to give you another example. My friend, he would get stoned and he'd go, "I thought of all these ideas and everything, you know, but I never write them down." So he goes, "I'm going to write them down. I'm going to have a little notebook and write down whatever I think is funny, you know." And so he said he woke up one day after getting really stoned, and on his pad he had written, "That's really funny." 420 was the birthday of Austrian-born German politician and the leader of the National Socialist German Workers' Party, a fellow went by the name of Adolf Hitler. But this guy, there's a picture of him. Adolf Hitler Very compelling kind of a figure. Odd-looking duck. But there's something about his eyes. Hypnotic. His eyes are almost entirely black. He was a decorated veteran of World War I. And he joined the war. Hold the fort. He hated Jews. I'm sick of these kind of characters. I think we should kill Hitler. Me and you, go suicide, kill him.
Yeah, it was like died 50 years ago, probably.
Did he? I didn't even know he was sick.
He wasn't. Well, no, that's fine.
I wish I could find a Hitler of today and go kill him.
Norm MacDonald has died. He was 61.
Norm MacDonald was 61.
It is a generational thing. I'm 61 years old, young. I say 61 years.
Right.
I say 61 years experience. Had more than that.
My legs, my
goddamn
arms
jowls.
are thin. My arms are thin. I used to have jowls. I don't have jowls.
I have more chins than
How
that.
old are you?
Huh?
How old are you?
I say I'll be 50 in October.
Oh my God, 50. That was a turning point age. I didn't like 50.
Why? What happened then?
I just didn't like turning 50.
I thought we were going to be doing a bit where you're like a
Jerry Lewis?
Jiminy Glick character.
Yeah, no, I'm fat.
What happened?
Fried chicken and gravy. Let me tell you something.
Because, well, your metabolism slows down at our age.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
I'm 49 years old.
I'm 47.
Damn near 50.
For me, too. I always say I'm pushing 50.
Yeah, that's a scary age.
but-
Because you're a young man.
I'm 62.
What?
Really?
62.
Look how lucky you
shit.
get. Look good.
Yeah.
Looks a lot better than me, and I'm 68. I'm 68 years young, I like to say. And I'm a more mature man than you are, I believe. I don't know.
Might be have a few years on me. I don't know.
No. I'm younger than you.
Oh, okay.
But I'm mature through a series of failures.
Oh.
Call me to say goodnight. Kiss me once or twice. I'll never let go of you. Fold me into your arms. Stay with.
And I'll tell you something.
You are
have a
something-
friend.
yeah,
You have a
yes.
friend in that man right there, Andy Richter.
Yes, I do. He's a good friend of me. Thank you. He's a good friend.
Yeah, and when I came to Hollywood, Andy was a good friend to me.
Oh, he was nice to you when you first
He
came
was
here.
absolutely. We had nothing, you know. We were just starting out. I was working at Artie's Deli coffee shop. Bussing tables, you know, and stuff like that. And he was always there to help me and stuff. He was the first guy I actually met. He was he had some pylon on the TV and stuff, and he was really so sweet to me, you know. And he said, I want to invite you over to a Hollywood party. No, I was just a farm boy from Canada, you know.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, Canada, yeah.
Yeah.
And a big nation up to the north.
Sure, yes. Powerful nation. Lovely people.
So I said, wow, here's my, Andy Richter's going to show me, I'm going to go to a Hollywood party. How exciting, you know? So he said, yeah, it's going to be a pretty wild party. You know, I'm not used to wild parties. I said, what is a wild party there? You know, I don't get out much. He says, oh, you know, he's like a little drinking, a little fighting, a little fornicating, you know? I said, wow, man, that sounds pretty good. I said, what time should I show up? He goes, anytime, it's just the two of us.
Came over, didn't you? A little fighting, a little fornicating. What's he, an old pirate all of a sudden? Ah.
You notice how I didn't say it's 11.
Hey!
No, because it's 11:30.
It's the Tonight Show now, buddy boy.
That's what I'm trying to point out. It's 11:30.
Thanks for pointing that out. That was great of you.
You want to hear my dad's favorite joke?
Yeah.
He says he was from the farm, and he says a guy comes from the city. City slicker comes and he buys a farm, and the farmer next door comes over to him and says, "Hey, now, would you like to come over to my house tonight? We're going to have a big shindig for you because we're neighborly here." And the city guy said, "Well, this is something that's I really like, that this is why I moved to the farm, to have things like this, Guy says it'll be a hell of a big party, He goes, it'll be, a little drinking, a little fighting, a little fucking, And the city guy goes, well, that sounds good. What time should I be here? And the farmer goes, anytime you like, just the two of us. So they would drink, then get in a fight, and fuck.
It's your dad's favorite joke.
That was my dad's favorite joke.
He said, welcome to the neighborhood. I know it's not exactly a neighborhood. I live 40 miles from here. But if you're interested, tomorrow night I'm throwing a welcome to the neighborhood bash. There's going to be a lot of barbecue, some drinking, some dancing, and some wild sex. Would you like to come? And Morty said, sure, but what should I wear? The cowboy said, it doesn't make any difference. It's just going to be the two of us.
Do this one, though.
That's pretty cute. Accomplished comedian.
What is accomplished?
Did you write this one?
This is not against
accomplished.
This is not against anybody.
Accomplished comedian Sinbad has announced he's filing for bankruptcy for the second time.
The second time.
Oh God, it's so retarded. Sounds like things have gone from Sinbad to sin worse. Okay.
But Canada,
Canada,
but
you're
anyways, the guys from America were unbelievable. And it was you, and it was Leno, and Leno, was at the peak.
Jay
Leno. My dad would call him Jay Leno.
Is that the one where Sinbad was on?
Oh, yeah. He always wants to tell me to tell stories about Sinbad. But I love Sinbad. When I did my first comedy festival thing, that Montreal thing.
What year was that?
Fuck, I don't know.
Like 87?
Yeah, I don't know dates.
Yeah.
But it was around there. And
how long had you been doing comedy at that point?
6 months.
Really?
Yeah, but it was Canada, so we got a home
so that was like
court thing.
In American years, that's 4 years?
No, I'm saying because the Montreal Comedy Festival was in Canada, we had a quota to fill. I would never have gotten on it if I was in the States. But so I got my 5 minutes, just wrote. That's the way I used to do comedy. I'd memorize every fucking word. And so I had it all figured out and shit, right? And so then I go there, I meet Sinbad, right? So I didn't know who Sinbad was. And he goes, he's completely relaxed. I'm all thinking about
some sort of one-piece outfit.
Yeah. He did. His hair matched his shirt.
Yeah.
And they were both orange.
Yeah.
So then he said, he was just so relaxed, and he said, hey, let's go. I got to get some socks. So we go to this fucking store, right? When we first go into the store, there's no one there. It's a small store. So there's no one there. The lady's in the back.
Yeah.
So the lady takes a minute to come out.
Yeah.
And he's like, where's that lady? There's nobody here, And I'm like, yeah. And so he comes out, he gets his fucking socks. Nothing happens, right? So then that night at the gala, I do my carefully constructed material.
Yeah.
Sinbad comes out. He goes, what the fuck is going on? And he doesn't swear. He goes, what's going on with these stores with socks? I'm like, holy shit. And then he's like, you go in the store and there's no one there. And then people are agreeing with him. I'm like, what? It didn't make none of it made any sense, except that he destroyed and I didn't. That's when I realized that I was missing a whole bunch of stuff, because I guess at first you think you're good and stuff like that.
No, you are good, and I think that the fact is, really, if you were to look at it in another way, that if people are able to do an impersonation of you, that means you have a defined style. Whereas, like, I guarantee you there's not a lot of people that can do Sinbad, though you did just do a pretty good one.
I was trying to do it as unracist as possible.
First of all, Amy Schumer came from last time. Amy Schumer, I consider Amy Schumer the funniest person on the planet. If you take me out of the equation.
No, I meant me.
Oh, that's why you were coughing?
That's why I was clearing my throat, yeah. Not you.
I thought you were clearing your throat for me.
No.
No, taking you out of the equation.
Yeah.
But you're funny in a different way.
Yeah, thank you, buddy.
Acerbic Wit back on display as a judge on NBC's Last Comic Standing, reality show that aims to find the best stand-up talent in the country. One of their winners, Amy Schumer, of course.
Amy Schumer, I think, right now, is the funniest person in the entire world.
Do you really?
Really?
Yeah. Not woman.
Person.
I don't disagree with that. I put you up there, but she's close.
I wasn't counting me. Counting me, she's the second funniest person in the world.
Our viewers comment as they watch this online, and someone's just commented. Natalie says, on the Today Show, you said that Amy Schumer is the funniest person in the world. How does she compare to Letterman?
Oh, Letterman's funnier. But I was talking about the new generation of people that are out.
Yeah.
I consider, personally, and I take myself out of the equation, that Amy Schumer is the funniest person in the world. Now, if I were to put myself in the equation, I would say Amy Schumer is the second most funniest person in the world.
Well, you already said Dave's funnier, so she's third now.
Well, but Dave's retired.
But he's still a person.
I know, but it's hard to know if he's funny or not, because he's living in Wyoming with buffalo going, ah!
I don't believe he is. I think he's just back in Connecticut, where he always lived.
That's what, what's his name used to say, Rickles.
Rickles used to say that.
Well, he used to say,
Wyoming?
no, he used to say, there's one guy in a shed with a rake going, ah! Like, he just say stuff that made no sense. That's what I loved about Rickles.
Yeah, right.
Mark. Yay!
He's got a little Andy Kaufman in him, Norm. He likes to frustrate, titillate a little, but then periodically he'll say something like, I feel sorry for the homeless guy's dog, because the dog's thinking, this is the longest walk I've ever been on.
I give a guy some money out there, a homeless guy in the street, and this is a kind of odd thing. He had a dog with him. You ever see this? He's a homeless guy, but he's got a dog. That kind of odd there. Guy got no home, but he's got a dog. And the dog's really thrilled with this idea, Dog's going, hey, pal, I can do this by myself pretty well here, The longest walk in the world you got me on here. What the hell? What the hell kind of a thing? What the deuce?
One time we were in the office doing update stuff, and there'd been a news item about there was going to be a newspaper for the homeless. you know, and so we were thinking about doing some of that. So we started improvising. It was more of a scene, not something we could do on the segment, but it was like a tough kind of Perry White kind of editor going like, "You, Miller, I want 500 words on going to the bathroom in your pants. You, Immel, give me something. Give me a human interest thing on urine stain matter. You know, was that kind of thing? Yeah. And like a lot of like photos, maybe some, you know, a little human side, you know, what are, you know, pets, that kind of thing. And so nothing came of it, and I sort of forgot we had the conversation. And then the first meeting we have after the summer, Norm comes in and goes, "Hey, Downey, remember that, you know, that thing we were talking about there with the, remember that thing with the newspaper for the homeless, you know, that thing, the homeless newspaper?" And I go, yeah. He goes, "Yeah, well, you know, I was out in L.A. and I was asked to do this benefit, you know, for the coalition to feed the homeless, you know." And, you know, and I'm going, no. And he goes, "Yeah, you know, I did that bit, you know." They hated it. Hated it.
All right, you tell me now. That's the Andy Kaufman part of the joke, or is he actually surprised that they hated it? That's what I can't quite figure with Lord.
I know.
Jimmy calls in here periodically and says that he has bought a puppet and he wants to work material out on the show. And I'll say, "Well, tell me about the puppet." And it's an old man puppet who's a Holocaust denier. And it's obviously just Norm sitting at home talking as Norm. He makes no pretension to a puppet voice.
I know.
And I think he's Andy. I don't know. I view a lot of Andy Kaufman in there.
I heard a joke.
Yeah, there you go, Norm. You got it.
How would it take by the night monkey?
All right, hold on a second. Go ahead, Norm.
No, I'm terrible at telling jokes, but a guy, he gets a genie or something that gives you wishes in a lamp, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so he's like, "Oh, no, that's not it." He goes to his whole head is a giant pumpkin. That's how the joke starts. Mm-hmm. It's like a giant pumpkin, and then his friend goes, "What happened?" He's like, "I found this genie in a lamp, and he gave me 3 wishes." And he's like, "What happened?" He goes, "Well, the first wish, I wished for like $100 million, and I got it. And then for my second wish, I wished for like a beautiful lady, and I got her." And the guy's like, "Yeah, but what happened?" He's like, "The third wish, that's where I really blew it." And the guy goes, "What happened?" He goes, "I wished for a giant pumpkin head."
You guys got it. Really, put a CD out together.
You know what I really hate? You know what I really hate? If you go anywhere with him, like for a couple of days, he does that on purpose. He'll tell jokes with no ending on purpose.
I don't think you need one. Sometimes you can tell a joke like that.
And then that happens.
You don't need to have a joke.
But you know, I would like to tell you the story of the 3 people who was carrying the biggest cannon in the world to Spain. It was 2 boys and 1 girl, and they had this big cannon. You know, it was 50 feet long, and they carried it over the mountains and under the valleys. And one day they get to the top of the highest mountain in Spain. So the first boy, he point this cannon to this castle, you know, to shoot, you know, because he was the boss, you know, so he want to point it. And he turned to the second boy and he say, "All right, hand me the cannonball." And, you know, but the second boy, he say, "I thought you had them." So wait, so listen, wait. So, listen, wait. So they both turn to the girl, and she say, "Don't look at me." You know, because they forgot to bring the cannonball. You know, they have the cannon, but they have no cannonball. They could not shoot. Do you understand? Thank you very much.
These broken pieces I hold in my hands don't have a chance to mend at all. Before they get thrown into chaos again, I try to pretend I'm whole enough to stand in this world so unsteady.
I'm sorry.
You didn't have to do that. Cut it out!
I don't know what that guy's talking about. I can't turn around.
You know what
You okay? Something wrong, Carl? You okay, honey?
I can't, you know, I
think we're going to have to order some wine.
Yeah, wine.
Yeah, we have some.
I can't. Can I just?
Just say it.
I can't play. I can't play stoned. I feel really stupid.
You feel stupid. That's just great. That's just great. You feel stupid.
I feel very stupid.
You feel stupid.
I feel
Great.
Well, let's have some bread.
Yeah. Yeah.
What? I feel stupid.
You feel stupid.
I feel very stupid. No, because where are you going?
Well, I don't know. I think I'm gonna.
Come on, nothing. Hey, this is all in fun. It's all in fun. Come on. All right, hold on. It's all in fun. What are you trying to do?
This is all,
It's all in fun. Come on.
where are we now? Cut it out. Cut it out.
So you cut it out. Well, why do you have to push this in my face? Well, why do you have to push this in my face? I'll put it all in your face.
in the show. That's
Come on.
why.
Why?
Okay.
So what do you have to? So what do you have to? Come on. Come on. Look, I'm just trying to have fun. Everybody's so uptight around here. Everyone's so uptight around here. I don't understand. Bobby,
go to commercial, man.
What? I don't know. Why do you have to be so uptight? What?
Work up to me. Come on, man. Hold on.
You know, they edit it and they put it together and they ask you questions that maybe you don't want to answer.
Right.
And they put things together that you're saying and you know, I'm a fucking dumb guy. I get confused and shit. So they were asking me about a whole bunch of things at the same time.
Well, they were asking you about Louis C.K.
Yes.
and Roseanne. Now,
Yes.
Roseanne was someone who gave you one of your first breaks in
My
show
very
business.
first job, yes.
You were actually writing
I
on
love
Roseanne.
Roseanne, yes.
And Louis is a friend of yours.
Louis is, you know, the greatest comic there is.
And in the defense of them, somehow you got to this point where you said,
Well,
hey,
it wasn't really a defense of them. They asked me, what do you think of Roseanne, you know, what she did and, how she's doing. That's what they asked.
Yes.
Because I've been in touch with her.
Yeah.
So the day it happened, I phoned Roseanne because I know Roseanne and she was crying and she was so, you know,
upset
and heartbroken. You know, I felt so bad. And so, I said, I don't know what to say to you, Roseanne, because I've never been through this, you know? And I said, let me ask a friend of mine that's been through this. And I was talking about Louis C.K.
Yeah.
Now, Roseanne had been really hard on Louis C.K.
yes, when he was in his controversy, she blasted his
and
ass.
this was before he got, you know, written up.
Yeah.
She said, she named him. She said, fucking Louis C.K. is doing a lot of bad things. So,
so you had the idea that they should talk to one another.
Louis did. I talked to Louis and I said, I was worried about Roseanne because I talked to her for 2 hours in a row. I was just crying the whole time. And I was like, I'm kind of worried about Roseanne. You know, she's not the strongest person mentally.
Right.
And Louis said, I think...
But real bad sexual abuse.
I do too, Howard.
Rape, everything.
Yes.
and they go through.
Destroys their
it destroys
life.
their life. They're never the same.
Oh, of course not.
Their whole bodies shake at the thought of it. Some of them even black out when they think about this thing. It's horrible. So
I know that, and of course, you'd have to have Down syndrome.
Not to know that.
That's my new word.
Down syndrome. Right. That's a good word.
You'd have to have Down syndrome to not feel sorry for, of course, Me Too is what you want for your daughters. You know what I mean? And you want that to be the future world, of course.
Right.
And I meet all kinds of women that have the terrible stories, about what's happened to them. But I wasn't talking about the victims. I was talking about, they asked me about Roseanne. They asked me about Chris Hardwick. They asked me about Louis. And I told them, like if someone murders someone, and goes to jail, right? And then he gets out of jail after 10 years. And you go, I'm going to give this guy a job washing dishes because he's done his penance.
Right.
Nobody goes, well, what about the people he murdered? Well, of course, they had it off worse,
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the murderer. Give him a dishwasher job,
So do you think that the writer somehow merged all of these thoughts into one thing? Or do you feel you were quoted inaccurately? Or do you feel like you were treated fairly?
Well, I don't know. The original writer was for The Hollywood Reporter.
Right.
And he wrote it. And that wasn't the headline.
Right.
And so I don't know if he even noticed or anything. And then another place called Vulture, which is a WW computer.
Yeah.
They wrote, Norm MacDonald defends Louis Anderson.
Louis C.K. Louis C.K. You can't defend Louis Anderson. What did he do?
I defend, it says, in the headline, Norm MacDonald defends Louis C.K. and Roseanne Barr. And I never defended them,
I've been searching for what's missing, but the answer...
Norm MacDonald has become a huge hot topic over his comments about Roseanne and Louis C.K. and the Me Too movement, and it led to The Tonight Show, saying that we're going to cancel the appearance, but we wanted him to come and clear the air. So please welcome Norm MacDonald. You took a lot of flack for saying in the art of for some things that you said in the Hollywood Reporter, saying that you were kind of glad that the Me Too movement has slowed down, and we don't really know you as a guy who really comments on very much that's gone out. So what were you trying to say? Yeah.
Well, I was, print reporters, they ask you questions and then put them all together. What I was talking about was Chris Hardwick, this particular comedian. Right. That was a friend of mine. And, if 500 women go against a man, obviously the guy's guilty. But in the Chris Hardwick one, it was one woman against one man. Mm-hmm. Right. So I was saying that I thought it was good that the pendulum was slowing, and Chris Hardwick has been as rehabilitated as he's going to get. He still tells me he can't walk down the street without people yelling stuff at him. Yeah. But that's all I was trying to say.
Okay. Well, you do raise valid questions about, due process and, verification of what went on. I think that we would agree with that, that you have to back it up somewhat. But when you kind of lose me when you imply that the hardship that your friend Louis C.K. is a friend of mine, too, really. I know him a long time. That the hardship that he went through is equal to the hardship that the victims went through. Right. That doesn't compute.
No, it's not
true.
Can
you explain yourself a little there?
Yeah, that's not what I was saying. When this happened, I was working for Roseanne when Roseanne's thing went down, and I called her the next day, and she was crying the whole time I was talking to her. Right. I've known Roseanne for a while, and I was worried about her because she seemed really, really in a bad place. And I said, I can't really talk to you about this because I've never been through anything like this. And I said, I know Louis, and he's been through this, where he's had everything taken from him. Right. And I said, not many of us have gone through this, and so you should talk to each other because you've and then the guy said, what about the victims? And I said, well, the victims haven't gone through this. I was talking about this particular event. Of course, the victims have gone through worse than that, but I'm going to get a victim to phone Roseanne?
No, but that's a good clarification.
And that's why it's so important to be able to clarify and to be able to explain, because at the heart of it, I think we are forgiving people. We jump very quickly today, but I do think that we like to forgive. You went on the Howard Stern show yesterday to apologize, and you ended up making it worse because you said you'd have to have Down syndrome not to feel sorry for the victims.
Yes.
Do you regret
you just
saying
keep on
that?
getting into trouble, Norm MacDonald.
It's always bad when you have to apologize
For the apology?
an apology. The,
Do you lose it when you're on Howard? Is that what happens, Joe?
well, there is a thing on Howard where there's a recklessness in the studio. And, you know, there used to be a word we would all say to mean stupid that we don't say anymore, right?
Yeah.
You know the word I'm talking about? Yes. And stupidly, I was about to say that word, and I stopped and said, what's the right word to say? And then I said a different word that was equally
Did you realize in that
offensive.
moment that probably
I
offended a lot of
realized
people?
at that moment that I'd done something unforgivable.
Yeah. Right. I mean, you know, it's like things spill out sometimes, and it's just difficult. You also you're friends with Roseanne. She gave you your first job, I
Yes,
understand.
my first job.
And so you put her together with Louis,
With
C.K.
Yeah, because I was really concerned about Roseanne, and you know, I don't want someone to end up killing themselves or anything.
Of course not.
Yeah, so.
Don't you think Louis, do you say that you think they deserve a comeback? Now, I was saying yesterday that Louis performed at Comedy Cellar, and what he didn't talk about these allegations in his set, which I would have thought that he would have done. Don't you? I mean, so if he wants to have a comeback, he needs to, like, address it directly, I think, as a comedian. So where's Roseanne's coming back?
Geez, I don't know if Roseanne could ever come back.
Are you worried to speak now because of the backlash that you've received this week? Now are you thinking twice before everything comes out of your mouth?
He always
thinks that way.
This is how he's a slow talker.
He's a talks like that.
But I
He's
think
a
just
slow-
in general,
slow talkers
I
in
think in
America.
general we all have to think very carefully about the words that come out of our mouth, because you risk offending somebody or a number of people.
Well, Joy's often said that political correctness is killing comedy.
It is killing comedy.
Do you agree with that?
100%.
Yes,
Even
I
in the
agree with
clubs,
that
where it's a
because-
small group.
Yeah.
Well,
You
as
know,
long as there's a
often people will come and say, you know, some guy said a joke and you're asked to defend it, and the joke is always horrible. Like, it's the worst joke you've ever heard. And you're in this position where you have to defend a terrible joke on free speech, you know. But I always, like, reporters always ask you, like, what's offensive? Is anything over the line? And I personally think almost everything is over the line.
They like you to be edgy, and then when you are, you get hurt for it.
Right.
But you know, comedians.
But
are
I will
trying-
say the remark I made about people with Down syndrome was just a
Insensitive.
terrible,
Yeah.
terrible,
And
terrible
stupid.
thing for me to say.
We agree.
Well, all of this is happening, you know, and we also, you know, we've all stepped in it as comics.
Yeah.
We all have stepped in it as comics.
And as lawyers and as journalists.
Maybe, but not quite the same way.
Not quite the same. But
Yeah,
let me ask you.
go ahead.
Sorry, Whoop. You know, your appearance on Jimmy Fallon was canceled. And he said that his staffers were actually crying about the comments that you made. Were you surprised at that reaction? And
Weren't
have
they
you been
crying that
surprised?
you were there? They were crying that he was there.
That you were even there. Have you been surprised by this reaction?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, yeah, I have been surprised because, you know, I never did anything. I mean, I spoke, but I mean, I don't want to be tossed in with people that actually did, not crimes, but sins, or, you know, I barely have consensual sex. Bizarre was a variety show. Adam Eager told me something I didn't know. He said you worked with Red Fox on a variety.
Yeah, I heard that. I'm dying to hear.
I produced Red Fox Variety. You told me he just worked on it.
Worked on it. Well, that's. I mean, according to your
What do you
Wikipedia
think I was,
page.
a stagehand, you douchebag?
Worked on it.
Not the
Did you
first time I've been
do
called
your
douchebag
notes?
today. No,
I want
got
you
all my
back on
information
drugs.
from
I'm
Wikipedia.
serious. I want you back on stuff so you know.
Close. I'm gonna do a shot
I'm
next
sorry.
break.
That is
No, it's
I'm
true.
just teasing
No,
you.
no,
He's
no.
kidding you. He's kidding
No,
you.
I clearly.
He says, I love this podcast. It was great to see Norm MacDonald back, and Super Dave was the perfect choice as first guest. Lose the douchebag.
He's talking about me.
Well, we don't know if he's talking
he's
about you.
clearly talking about me.
He is talking about you. And this is just one person's opinion, but I have hundreds of other people.
All right, yeah, you're right. It's one guy, he's entitled to his opinion, and that's fine, whatever.
And mostly they like the show.
Well, good. Well, let's hear another one then.
All right.
Let's hear another one.
What's the deal with that fucking douchebag? Well, that was about you.
I mean, are there any good ones?
I'll look.
Okay.
Not good. Okay. Let me see here. Ooh.
What is it?
Huh?
Is it a good one?
It's
or?
not good at all. I found one.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Okay.
This is a positive one. Thoroughly enjoyed it from top to bottom.
Great.
Blinky91 says. A sparkling exchange between veteran funny man Norm MacDonald and comedy legend Super Dave Osborne. One minor problem. The set.
Oh.
It's just too distracting. Why are there so many clocks? We're not tuning in to see what time it is in Hong Kong. We're tuning in to listen to comedians doing comedy. Plus some douchebag, I don't know who he was, but I'd like to punch him right in the fucking face.
I'm Adam Egget. I work at the world famous Comedy Store. I'm the manager over there. Before that, I was a manager at the Tempe Improv, and I don't know what I'm doing, I'll be honest. And I'm not an actor, I'm not a comedian, but I'm just gonna try my best, and I'm gonna do the best I can. And I hope the people watching at home will give me a chance to I don't know, just give me a chance. And I did this as a favor to Norm. I'm not an actor and I'm not a comedian.
This guy says your face looks like a cunt.
I can't even change that. It's not the first time I've heard that. But, I mean... So you were just talking earlier. You've learned to ignore the detractors and the people
because I'm reading things on here.
Because
right
it's hard. Like Norm and I were talking. I just started doing this as a favor to him, and just because it's fun, you know. Right. But I hear people say, "Oh, you should see what these people are writing about you." And gathered a bunch of comments from the people on YouTube, and they said some pretty hurtful things.
Are you going to play it?
Well, yeah. I thought we maybe show them what it's.
Show them what you're talking
about. Let's roll the clip.
It was great to see Norm MacDonald back, and Super Dave was the perfect choice as first guest. Lose the douchebag.
He's talking about me.
Well, we don't know if he's talking about you.
He's clearly talking about me.
That's what you think. We don't even know what the people think, right?
It's crazy. Well, first of all, here's what I would say. My advice to you. Think about what douchebags get to do. Think about how, you know what I mean?
I do.
I would embrace it. I would embrace the whole douchebag thing, because that seemed to be the term that kept popping up. And I would just go with it. I mean, if you're going to be a douchebag, be the best douchebag you can be.
The best douchebag I can be.
I watched, because I went down that rabbit hole after I watched the clip, and I watched him tell the moth joke.
Right.
And, it's interesting. It reminded me, my dad told jokes that way. He was just so inherently funny.
Yeah.
That a 2-minute joke takes 10 minutes. The punchline is the least of it.
Uh-huh.
You're going on the journey. And that's the same thing with Norm. It's like, I don't care how long this takes.
No.
Because it's just fun watching him tell a story.
I hadn't seen the moth joke since it aired, and I had no memory of it. And he's so delightful doing it. You just...
Yeah. And you
totally
almost forget that it
ride.
was a joke, even to begin with. It's like, oh, I don't even remember what the premise was anymore.
Yeah.
He's such like a disruptor. Like the night of the moth joke show,
I remember I was walking all, like act one, we do all the comedy stuff, and then I have to go off stage and we go edit, pull it up or tighten it or whatever. I go back to the edit room, and I left the studio, and I'm walking in a hallway, and Norm's being brought the other direction to be the guest. And I know him only to say hello, like in a very superficial showbiz way, not at all. And I had my arm in a sling because I broke my arm, and he's like, hey, it was like an excuse for him to just stop and start talking to me. And he just started going, yeah, my uncle broke his arm, and oh boy, and he started going into this long story. And I'm like, why is he doing this? And then I realized, like, the stage manager and the segment producer, all these people were around him, and they were trying to hustle him out to, the commercial break was ending. And I swear I was thinking, like, he's just doing this to bust their balls. Because he just went on a monologue for like 2 minutes, and they're kind of like looking at their watches and freaking out. And I was like, I think he just loves, he's disrupting.
Pushing people's buttons.
Yeah.
You do tell the moth joke in the book. You told it on the Tonight Show with Conan back when he was doing the Tonight Show. It was it's a long kind of joke, and just a few months ago, maybe about a year ago, it kind of got revived online, and people were putting it up online, calling it the best telling of a joke ever on television. But Norm, that seemed to me like you were experimenting there. You were trying to experiment with. You knew the punchline, and you knew the beginning of it, and you knew it was a pretty straightforward street joke, but you wanted to experiment with how to get from one point to another.
Yeah, it was both an experiment and it was an experiment born of necessity, because Conan told me I had to do a second spot, which you'll sometimes do. But I said, I don't have anything else to say. I have nothing left to tell you. And so then I thought of this joke that Colin Quinn had told me, this street joke. A moth goes into a podiatrist's office, and the podiatrist's office says, what's the problem? And the moth says, what's the problem? Where do I begin, man? He goes, I go to work for... That was just a two-line joke. It was just a, one-liner times two. So then I thought, well, how can I do I started thinking during the commercial, is it possible to do a one-liner for an entire 6-minute segment? So I thought, if I can put in between this very a little boy's joke, just a set of horrifying facts laid end to end, then it could make the sweetness way funnier at the end, because they'll have completely forgotten where I was. And so it ended up working by fluke, like often things will when you're experimenting.
I need your love. You free my mind. I need your love. Yeah, you free my mind.
It's Doc. Sometimes I feel like a spider, even though I'm a moth. Just barely hanging on to my web with an everlasting fire underneath me. I'm not feeling good. And so the doctor says, Moth, man, you're troubled. But you should be seeing a psychiatrist. Why on earth did you come here? And then the moth said, because the light was on. And then what happens with the computer is that people put things on the computer and they live forever.
We're back with our remaining moments on Larry King Live. We bring two of the great talents, both formerly of Saturday Night Live, with us. David Spade is in Los Angeles. Norm MacDonald is here in New York. And now,
hello, Norm.
Say hello to him.
Hi, David. David and I apparently are having some kind of feud. He left this message on my machine.
So what is this,
What is
David?
that?
Did you not want to appear with him tonight?
Norm,
Come on, David. Tell us.
I wouldn't pay $300 to have my hair blow dry to be treated like this. No, your hair is great. I was just...
Do you feel, David, that the star spotlight has been taken away by you, by MacDonald tonight?
No, I don't mind. It should be.
Oh, you...
Norm's my buddy. Norm's one of the best guys out there. I've been watching this whole show, laughing my head off. I don't think Larry knows that Norm's a little kooky. And he's got some funny stuff to say.
What do you make of that? He's accusing you of not having all the marbles.
Good Lord.
Are you shocked?
Not having all the marbles? I'll tell you something about marbles. I haven't seen a kid play marbles for years.
China Syndrome is a great rental.
He's doing my column now. Okay.
Of all the colors, blue is my favorite.
Stop that.
Okay.
Where is John Stamos?
When do you two go to work together? Why don't you do a movie together?
We'd love to. We've been trying to for a long time, right, Dave?
Yeah. Norm's one of the few super funny guys out there that I'm trying to keep up with. He's a blast, and whatever show gets him next will be in great shape.
Well, David, do you think he's going to do a weekend update on the new Howard Stern show?
It seemed like that's what you told him. So.
It seems like that to me. I don't know why he's in some sort of denial over this.
Norm's a little tricky, but he's in demand, so I think they'll have him if he wants to do it.
Maybe Meet the Press will ask you to do it, and he'll come back then.
Meet the Press would be great. Tim Russert, right?
Yeah, you and Tim.
Me and Tim would be a great...
Load of laughs.
You guys lost me.
He doesn't know who Tim Russert is.
Anything about Tim Russert?
He only knows supermodels.
I get blank stares.
Yeah,
Hey, listen, Larry, you live next to me in Beverly Hills now. You knew Clampett. You're right next to me.
Clampett.
I just heard you're going to come by
Don't give the address.
We're going to I know where you are. You're by Nate and Al's. My house has a water wiggle out front, and you're going to have to come by and hang out with me.
What is that?
What's a water wiggle?
That's his thing for a supermodel.
What an idiot. You're going to be part of Neighborhood Watch with me, and you're going to hold up your end. I don't care if you're out of town a lot.
Where do you live, Norm?
I live in New York City.
Here, the Gotham.
Yeah, the Big Apple.
But I've seen you in L.A.
Yeah,
I saw you with Chris Farley in New York.
Yeah, I in
LA.
Los Angeles, me and Chris Farley.
Yeah, his story doesn't check out, does it, Larry?
No, so you
It's got some holes in it.
I live in Los Angeles.
Good observation, Spade.
I'm bi-coastal.
Get it out, Norm.
Bi-coastal, yeah.
Bisexual.
No, what are you doing?
No, I'm kidding. I'm
We've had
kidding.
lots of admissions here tonight. Do you ever miss Saturday Night Live? Both the same question for both of you. David.
I miss hanging out with Norm and some other people there, but I don't miss how hard it was. It was a good 6-year run for me. It was fun.
But you don't miss doing the show?
I miss it in pieces. I'd like to host it, but right now, to do it every week, I'm too old now.
Norm?
I've only been gone like 1 week.
But you, unlike David, you were fired.
Yeah.
So distance is quicker to have. Do you miss it? All right, did you miss it last Saturday night? Did you watch it? You're stumbling.
I tell you something. I don't. Where I live, I don't get Saturday Night Live.
You know what, Larry? They showed.
I watch Saturday Night Live, but I don't get it.
Norm was at home with.
Stop stepping on the joke.
I don't know. I can't.
Me and Larry are doing a little vaudeville here.
I'm 2 minutes behind you on a tape delay.
David, what were you going to say?
I just heard the Siamese twins thing. No, I was saying that Norm sits home and there's just montage music and you hear, the road is long, and he's watching 6 TVs in his house.
I used to, when I did the show, I'd always take off right after updates so I could watch the rest of the show at home. You know.
Really?
Yeah, because, you know, they want you to stay till the end so you can wave, because everybody waves.
You're not a waver.
Well, it's odd because sometimes the show sucks. And then at the end of the show, you're out waving like a jackass.
But Norm, sometimes at the first 3 years I was never on, and I had to count that as a sketch.
David, thanks very much. Norm, thanks very much.
Thanks, Larry.
I want to thank Larry King for hosting this earlier.
Yeah, Larry
very
was
good.
Great.
Thanks for joining us. See you Monday night. Good night.
No, just thinking, you know, because they have that Viagra thing out.
Yeah.
And the other day, you know, Bob Dole came right out and said
he was one of the first.
Yeah. And you don't want to hear about Bob Dole's cock, you know. I mean, President Clinton's cock, Bob Dole's cock. What the hell? But mostly, an old man like that, you don't want him to have a super hard cock. You know what I mean?
Why?
Why? Because an old man, you want him to be got a pipe going, a newspaper, the dog at his feet there.
Well, that in some corners is considered pipe.
Oh. But now they're going to have to create some goddamn pill that makes women aroused at the sight of a fucking 70-year-old dude with a super hard cock. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. This is Viagra. It's insane. And you know what it's for? Impotent people. All right, it's for impotent guys. So get this. I read this. The pill can make your cock hard for 4 hours.
Right.
So now, who has the 4-hour hard cock? The impotent guy. The rest of us are fucked. Me and you got our regular cocks. Meanwhile, fucking Spade is, you know.
Curtis Spade.
Oh, man. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it coming.
Dude, I know you didn't. He brought it all around and then a vicious rip kick into his best friend's gut.
Once there's too much cock talk, I try to just zone out for a minute until it goes back the other way.
If there's too much cock talk, this guy has fevered nightmares all night. Dreams, I mean, like sweaty, fevered dreams from the cock talk that's been all over his head.
Why bury me twice? He's killing me.
No, he's a good man.
That erased it. All right.
No, he's a good man.
Who cares?
After all that, that's the whiteout he puts on.
Yeah, I know, it's awful.
After he talks about you doing chin-ups on cock for 18 minutes. No, he's a good guy.
If you're gay, he's a completely straight guy. He gets a lot of ladies. You know that about him with the ladies.
Don't say ladies.
Women, girls.
Okay, thank you. Ladies, what are we, fucking on an FM station here?
He's Don Cornelius.
But these gay guys, man, I was reading, you know about the...
These gay guys.
I haven't even said hi yet. All right. Tell me what it is with these gay guys.
I know, I'm already...
I just read this thing about the Michael, George
You're reading
Michael.
a lot, aren't you?
Yeah, I got a little time off. Now I read the newspaper. And this really strikes me about the gay community. I don't know if they're a community, but...
called West Hollywood.
Yeah, they're gay, and it's, you know, George Michaels. He hangs around the bathroom. He has sex with multiple guys. This is
no way. You got to get it right. Hangs around the bathroom, and it was described as a lewd behavior, but I don't remember sex with numerous guys.
Well,
is that what you took away from it?
What does he do?
What were you, in the next stall?
I could have been just having a nice bathroom regular thing.
I don't know what lewd behavior is, but I don't know that he was in there with numerous guys. But anyway, go ahead. We get the gist of it.
This is definitely a gay thing, like, because this is a pop superstar. You know what I mean? You're not going to walk into a bathroom and all of a sudden Farrah Fawcett's like, ah, you know? You're not going to...
What? I love it.
What I'm saying is, why would a famous pop...
What was she doing? Some sort of cervical belt sander thing, or what was that? Oh, Christ, what are you, Linda Blair?
They do. That's what they do. Right?
That's what ladies that I know do.
Good to know that primetime exposure is paying dividends there.
But I think that's what it is. It's that the gay, that's why they have separate bathrooms. Let's face it. If they had women and, you know, women, as you call them, I call them ladies. If you had them in the same bathroom, like you go in the bathroom to do your business, see a man about a dog there, you know, and you're in the bathroom. You're in the bathroom. All of a sudden, a beautiful lady comes out. Oh, here's my vagina and breasts. You're going to be hanging out at that bathroom a lot. So I don't blame anybody for anything.
Can you believe Olmeyer didn't get him?
We're all the same, man.
Have you ever met Olmeyer since then?
Don Olmeyer I met once, after he fired me.
Yeah.
Then I went and visited him in his office, which it wasn't an office I've never seen. It was like a wet bar and a bunch of weird sports trophies. He's a big sports guy, you know.
Yeah.
So he explained it to me what happened, but he did it all with sports stuff, you know. Like you said, man, you see, you're the number 3 hitter, but now you're going to be number 8. And then later on, Ken Griffey will show up. I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. And then I said, well, Christ, man, what the hell am I supposed to do? And he goes, I don't know, just walk it off, you know. And
I'll put it in sports terms why you got fired. You were fucking with OJ too much. That's exactly why you were fired, man.
Well, I don't know.
That's his buddy.
Yeah, it's his buddy.
Yeah. Well, that's why you got canned.
OJ's a good guy. I mean, he's not.
Well, we got to end on that, Normie, but there's what they'll remember you by. OJ's a good guy.
Man,
Thanks for coming on. Norm MacDonald and David Spade. Stick around.
On your last show, I came out as a deep.
Take me on a journey. Take me far away from this life. I'd leave it in a hurry. Let's run away before morning light. You got me right.
Like some of your friends, like, seriously, like those guys who came out of Saturday Night Live, like Sandler, you, Chris Rock. There's a lot of guys who sort of all of a sudden are like real big players.
Yeah, Norm got his own TV show.
Norm's doing well. What?
What?
Do you hang out with Norm, or is it impossible?
It's pretty impossible because he's crazy.
He is.
In L.A., I call him and he goes, I go, what happened last week? I called you to go on. You called me? And I go, yeah. On my phone? I go, yeah. And he goes, oh, yeah, I got that. I go, well, you didn't call me back? No.
And he's serious.
Yeah, he's crazy.
And yeah, I know. Like, I have him on the show.
I love him, though. He's the funniest guy around. I think you need to be kind of crazy to be really funny.
He is very funny. I love him, too. And he has a gambling problem,
Yeah.
Yeah, he was telling us how
secret.
He was all excited that he had $80,000. He won $80,000 in Vegas, but he had lost like $100,000 on basketball.
Right, and that's on nickel slots. That's how serious he is.
Did you always know he had a gambling problem?
Mm-hmm.
You did. When did you know that? At Saturday Night Live?
I first knew he had a pee in a bottle problem.
Right.
Remember that? You always talk about
Yeah, it's
that.
great.
And then I knew.
Does he still save his urine? Do you know?
I don't know. He used to put it in Ziploc baggies, sign it, and send it to fans.
Is that true?
No.
Oh.
But he did. He would take, after Saturday Night Live, they give you a car, a limousine, if you want to go to the party, and he would take it to Atlantic City.
Really?
He's a hard ass. He's hardcore, dude.
I know he'll even get into fist fights.
And then he'll stay at a table for hours and hours.
What do you think of that?
I feel lucky.
And then you don't even know if he's married or single. It's never really clear.
I don't know, but I know girls like him. He's when you're that something's that wrong, they pick up on it and like it.
They like the tragedy of that.
Fixer-upper, yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna make him a regular guy.
Right, but it never worked.
Because David always wore like cool jackets to get girls or whatever.
Did it work? Behind the scenes of that.
Yeah, David gets girls like crazy.
Heather Locklear.
Yeah, like insanely
Name one.
beautiful
It's
girls.
because funny guys are attractive. Yeah. Funny's hot.
You've done a lot of
Yeah.
impressions. Funny.
Most
Look at him.
awkward
He's like,
come
really?
on I've ever heard in my life.
All I can say for sure is this, that it works this way with women. If there's one dude who beds a Kardashian and a Paris Hilton, he'll then get to, and a Lindsay Lohan, he'll get to mow through other Hollywood hot chicks.
Like David Spade is that guy.
Yeah, David Spade is that guy.
And I would say he's more, because Warren Beatty was always the gold standard, but Spade doesn't have the looks of Warren Beatty.
He's the aw shucks rapist.
Rapist?
Well, I don't know why you brought up rapist.
My Lord.
No, what I'm
God.
saying is Spade has quietly mowed through the entire bevy of blondes in this town, but he does it in a sort of unassuming way.
Yeah, Spade is an interesting character because he's outside of Hollywood. He makes fun of it, and yet he's deeply inside of Hollywood.
Balls deep, a lot.
Yeah,
many would argue.
No, but he'll be on red carpets, and I went out with him one time. He's like, "Let's go to a bar." We go to a fucking bar, and then people let us in, which is horrible. Like past every
Right.
You go, let those guys in.
Yeah, there goes Spade and his bodyguards. His haggard bodyguard.
He's haggard is right. So
you and David Spade
that you like it.
are walking into a bar.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was saying that?
Yeah.
So we go into the bar, so it's packed with people, and I don't like a lot of people around. And then you get a little fucking plastic drink, and you drink, and then Spade goes, "Let's get out of here." And I'm like, "What?" And I don't even want to be there, and you're an inch from somebody's face, and so then we go to another bar. He does the exact same thing.
Right.
Let's get out of here. So he just goes places and exits. But
I think there's a power. I think there's a certain power in leaving.
Yeah, I guess there is.
Yeah.
But with women, he plays the long game.
Like he's always texting them. You know, he doesn't bed them the night he meets them. Like a year later.
Right.
But he's got so many on
He
his...
fucks them in the bathroom. Yeah, but not on a bed. Never on a bed.
Wait, no.
I hear what you're saying. I'm reading between the lines.
I can't talk about Dave. Now it's going to sound like I'm saying that about David.
No. What he does is he quietly, like, here's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm saying. If you had a list of the famous coxmen of the town with the Warren Beatty's of the world and the Wilt Chamberlains and stuff like that, somewhere in the 13th spot would be David Spade.
Absolutely.
And everyone would go, how do you get on this list? A cute little blonde guy?
I'd put him way farther up than that. Way farther up. I'd put him maybe number 1.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
In terms of sheer numbers.
Quietly goes about his business.
Yes, he does. And
until we start talking about it.
I know, we shouldn't. But yeah, he's very self-deprecating about it. But he also, you know, he knows everything that a young girl knows. Like that beautiful 20-year-old. He can talk to them about keeping up with the Kardashians and, you know, whatever the hell.
Right.
And then, you know, if I try to talk to a young girl, I go... You ever watch Matlock? You know, it wouldn't work. But he has the same exact interest that they do.
Yeah.
So it really works, you know.
For that. There you go. That's $11.50. No, perhaps you misunderstood me. I wish to cancel my original order of the martini and 2 olives and go for just the plain cranberry juice by itself for the $3. And I apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused you. Perhaps you don't understand. If you don't pay me now, I'm going to take this swizzle stick and I'll be shoving that right up your pee hole.
Annual Blockbuster Entertainment Awards. Now, we're here tonight to honor your favorite stars in movies and music because these awards are voted on by you, the people who don't see the movie in the movie theater. That's right, you the people who wait until it comes out on video.
You cheap bastard. This year you cast more than 25 million votes in over 50 categories on the internet and in more than 4,000 Blockbuster stores worldwide. The only people not allowed to vote were those who actually went inside a movie theater. Joke's getting a little old at this point.
We did all right. We're doing okay, though. After following Ricky Martin, that's tough, you know. Okay. Let's get to the first award. Now, teen movies are huge these days, Norm. Teens rule.
Oh, my God, yes. A lot of work for teens today, which is great for Rob and I since we're both in our 30s.
Mid-30s. Okay, we're here to present the award for favorite actor in a comedy.
Yes, and just before we begin, let me remind you that there are no losers here tonight, except for the people who were nominated in the category and then don't win.
Other than that, everyone's a winner.
Everyone's a winner. So the nominees are...
during the day, I hit the streets with a sandwich board and try to get people out. And I was in Denver, Colorado.
Yeah. Denver, sure.
And the guy says, you're doing a show here. I said, yeah, where? The big auditorium. He goes, how do you get to play the big auditorium? I said, I'll tell you, it's not just me. It's David Spade will be there, and Nick Schwartzen too. Well, by God, the fella said, from the Sandler movies, they're fantastic. I'd pay anything. It's just I don't have much money. I'm down on my luck. I says, I can get you tickets. I can get you tickets, sir. He goes, it'd be a dream of a lifetime. I said, well, if you think that's a dream, wait till you hear this. Adam Sandler will be there himself. My God, the guy said, I'll bring me and my wife too, is that all right? I said, sure, I'll get you 2 tickets. He says, what time's the show? I said, it's at 8 o'clock. I said, also, Rob Schneider's there. He said, 8 o'clock's not good, that's when the news is on.
Ben, Howard, you guys have been in a monogamous homosexual relationship for 3 years. You seem to have a lot in common. You have a lot of mutual friends. You seem to have a lot of the same interests. So why don't you tell me what's going on?
Well, Howard's a great guy, and I love him, and I think you're right. We do have a lot of mutual friends, and we have a lot of the same interests.
So what seems to be the problem?
Well, the problem is that every time I go to sleep, he fucks me in the ass.
And how does that make you feel?
Makes me feel bad. Every time I go to sleep, he fucks me in the ass.
Howard, are you hearing what Ben is saying?
Yes, I am.
And how do you feel about what Ben is saying?
I feel bad.
Ben, do you hear what Howard is saying?
Yeah.
How do you feel about what Howard just said?
He said he feels bad, but he's not the one getting fucked in the ass every night.
Okay, we're not here to blame the other person. We're here to talk about our feelings.
Well, my feeling is every night he fucks me in the ass.
And you don't like that?
No.
And how about you, Howard? Would you like it if you were sleeping and Ben fucked you in the ass?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay, good. You see, we fall in love with a romanticized version of our partner. And then one day, we wake up with a real person.
I wake up with his dick in my ass.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry too.
Okay, when we have disagreements, we each have to assess how much of it is our own fault.
Okay, well, I guess my fault is that I can't stay awake all night to watch him and make sure he doesn't fuck my ass.
I'm sorry.
You say that now because I'm awake.
That's not true.
Come on, as soon as I fall asleep, you'll be fucking me in the ass again.
That's not fair.
You said it.
All right, here's what I want you to do. I'm going to give you these pads, and I want you to each write down what it is you guys want out of this relationship, individually and as a couple.
I want him not to fuck me in the ass.
Silently. Please write silently.
Tonight, Dennis Miller's taking a lavish vacation, as is his wont, so we turn to another Saturday Night Live alum for words of wisdom this evening. Joining us now from Los Angeles, man about town, Norm MacDonald. Good to see you, Norm. Happy New Year to you, sir.
Oh, Happy New Year. I hope you had a Merry Christmas.
We had a great Christmas, and we were saying Merry Christmas quite often. And
yeah, in L.A., there I mean, I know you've maybe won the culture war, but in L.A., it's still a little secular progressive. I had carolers come to my house, and I have a feeling they may have been atheists because of some of the carols they sang. Like they sang, "Nothing Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen," and "Hark the Herald Johnson Sings."
Yeah, they couldn't get the God in there, you know, and that's the age we live in, that there are certain parts of the country that are just not going to get into the Christmas spirit. Now, are you a Democrat?
But I love Christmas. I don't like to say I'm a Democrat or a Republican because I don't subscribe to either. You know, like I'm very pro-life, but I'm against the death penalty, so I don't know what you'd call that.
Well, pro-life means that you want people to live, and if you're against a death penalty, that's consistent. But so you're an independent like I am. You want the best person in. Has anybody,
I would vote for the person.
Has anybody impressed you so far? Any of the presidential candidates impressed you so far?
Yeah, I love John McCain. He was my favorite 8 years ago. But even 8 years ago, he was the old guy back then, so I don't know. I don't know how he's going to fare.
But he's spry. You know, he's elderly, but he's spry. You know, I mean, I think he's got more energy than Fred Thompson, who's not quite as old as he is.
Yeah, no, Fred Thompson looks like he's always falling asleep. But I do think that if the surge continues to be successful, it is possible that if McCain gets the nomination, that he could actually win.
I think that any of these guys could win at this point because it's so fluid. And if you take Iraq, as you pointed out, off the table, you take that away, then the ideologues, their influence diminishes, and people will have to evaluate which candidate has the best plan. Now, Hillary Clinton, obviously a lightning rod. The Hollywood community is what, 80%? Liberal, and they're kind of split between Hillary and Obama. How do you see this? You're out there, you schmooze with these people.
Well, I've watched Hillary on the campaign trail, and I must say she has some image change or something. She looks to me much more lifelike. And also ladylike. She almost seems like a live lady now.
Well, they've softened her image. You know, because she was coming across as a little Margaret Thatcher-ish. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Do what I say or I'll kick your butt. And now they're trying to say, do what I say or somebody else will kick your butt. Not me, because I don't want to get my hair messed up. But the Obama-Hillary Hollywood conflict, see, they're all liberal, but they just don't know which way to go out there. And I feel their pain, don't you?
Yeah, I know Obama is... This guy's like a freight train, and now that Dennis Kucinich has said that he might throw his support, man, he's going to be unstoppable with that.
That's right. So that's at least six or seven votes that Sean Penn.
That's the equivalent of me throwing my delegates behind him.
Now, when you
I think Kucinich is just barely above Ahmadinejad on the polls right now.
Yeah, Kucinich and Ahmadinejad are running neck and neck, and but we like Kucinich. No matter what you think about his politics, he's a stand-up guy. Now, Miller loves Giuliani. Miller is like Giuliani guy. What do you think about the mayor?
Well, he's pro-choice, which is a little bit of a problem with me, but I remember when I was in New York, and my God, he changed that city around like crazy. He did such a great job. And I remember like my friends complaining, they were like, oh, Times Square, you know, it lost all its character. But I lived in New York during that time, and Times Square was just prostitutes and junkies and serial killers prowling arcade. I mean, there was, you know, it wasn't character. It wasn't like...
That's the liberal platform.
Exactly
they like that
Junction.
stuff. It wasn't Petticoat Junction. That's secular progressive heaven you just described there, Norm. That's what they want. Come on. Yeah. It's diversity, man. It's diversity.
Norm MacDonald, on demand.
Yeah, that's right. Norm MacDonald. Thanks for filling in for Miller. We appreciate it. Happy New Year to you, Norm. When we...
I've been searching for what's missing, but the answer...
Norm MacDonald, whose new program, A Minute with Stan Hooper, debuts on Fox tomorrow at 8:30. Up against the Factor, man. I don't know.
I know. It's not easy.
So we want them to tape Stan Hooper and watch the Factor.
I was going to mention earlier, because I know this is a no-spin zone.
You bet.
And in the Kozlowski thing, I saw a little bit of spinning. Little bit. And I'd like to say I was also a shareholder at Tyco, and I did get invited to the party in Sardinia.
You did?
Yeah, and you didn't miss anything. That guy with the giant wings made a clumsy pass at me over by the ice sculpture.
I thought you might have been the sculpture there for a minute.
What the?
I know. Now, you were at Saturday Night Live, okay?
Yes, sir.
It was a good gig for you, a weekend update and all of that.
Yeah.
Then you did the Norm show.
Yes, sir.
I never got to see the Norm show.
I never watched it either.
No one did.
No.
And it was gone.
It was gone. You know what an interesting thing is? That even if no one watches a show,
right,
it still gets ratings like 1 million people watch the show because people just don't turn their TVs off.
Is that right? So if there's nobody in the room, it still clicks in. I guess that's what's happening at CNN. I don't know. But anyway, this show, how do you get two shots? Because most people don't get any shots. You know how many comedians there are out in L.A.
Oh, yeah,
trying to troll to get a show.
Oh, yeah.
And this is another show starring you. How'd you do it?
I think pure raw talent.
Yeah, they just saw it in you. Huh?
Yeah, there's no substitute for that.
They had to have you.
Yeah.
Fox demanded Norm MacDonald.
Exactly.
Get him. How much control you have over this vehicle? Romano controls his show.
Yeah. Romano?
Ray Romano.
Oh, Ray Romano,
right.
of course.
You know, right.
I know him.
Not as talented as you, but he's coming on.
He's coming on.
How much control you got over this show?
Well, I got a lot of control over it. I don't rehearse, so I write all week.
Do you write?
Yeah.
You write the show. How many other writers with you?
5, and they're a crack staff.
All right, so the show's going to have an edge because that's what kind of stuff you do.
No, it's not going to have an edge.
No, it's going to be a bland kind of an Ozzie and Harriet ripoff?
No, sir, it's going to be a Green Acres ripoff.
I could just see you in the overalls.
Yeah.
You play a commentator on television.
I play a commentator.
I hate those guys.
Yeah. I don't care for him either. I play a guy that works in New York. You understand? And he does his minute every week. Like
Andy Rooney.
Not Andy Rooney. He's not a humorist. He extols the virtues of small town life, like Mr. Charles Osgood.
Oh.
And but he's very disconnected. He goes to parties at William Paley's house.
You look a little like Osgood. Run that picture back. Can you put it next to Norm's face? Yeah, I can. That's you in 8 years after you work for Fox. That's how you're going to age. Okay. Believe me, I've been here 7 years. That's how you age.
I don't look like that. I'm trying to look like that.
So you moved to a small town in Wisconsin, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that's going to be funny. I'm going to be amused by that.
I'm not going to spin you. No, you're not going to care for it at all.
All right, now you hit it big, and then you get the residuals and all of that. The Simpson money come rolling in.
Yeah.
You don't hit it big, you care?
Well, first of all, I believe the actors in The Simpsons. I don't think Bart got 1 penny of that.
No, but the guy who did his voice.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I get a lot of money after that.
Do you?
But I'm not in it for the money.
What are you in it for?
The money. I am in it for the money.
I know you are.
I was going to spin.
Yeah, no, you can't. This is the no spin zone.
I know. I keep forgetting.
You can use that in Stan Hooper if you want.
The no spin?
Yeah, you can use that kind of stuff, and I won't demand any money.
Okay, cool.
Saturday Night Live. Do you watch anymore?
Yes, sir, I do.
You do? Is it as good now as when you were there?
No.
Because you're not there.
Basically, because I'm not there.
Right. But you do watch it.
Yeah, I watch it.
Because I've lost kind of contact with it. I mean, I think it's maybe a generational thing.
It is a generational thing. I'm 61 years old, young. I say 61 years. Right. I say 61 years experienced. Mm-hmm. And when I watch the show, I don't even know what they're doing parodies of, because they're doing parodies of like MTV shows that.
Yeah, I mean they're Jewel. They're making fun of, and I have no idea.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here.
Yeah.
When you do this Fox show, if it is successful, are you going to change?
Am I going to change?
Yeah. Are you going to be the same guy you are now, the humble guy?
I'm going to be the same dirty son of a bitch as I am now.
Right. Thank you. This is live tonight. We appreciate it.
Well, that's not swearing.
No, of course not. No, that's just
I think
Fox.
That's part of the.
That's Fox. We're going to see that in Stan Hooper, aren't we?
No, we're not going to use such a language.
Right. Norm MacDonald, good luck with the show.
Talk about this new movie called Dirty Work.
Dirty Work.
Yeah,
Somebody's got to do it.
I read the synopsis of it. It sounds like a lot of fun. 2 guys who just can't seem to get it together, right?
Yeah, we can't get it together, so the only thing we're good at is getting back at people. Yeah. So we open a revenge for hire business.
Yeah. I like this. Yeah, this is good.
So if you need revenge, you see, you'd come to me and I'd figure out a revenge. Let's suppose there was somebody that was getting, was a mean, then you...
Treating you unfairly.
Exactly.
I would come to you and say, I want revenge.
Yes, and I'd figure out a way to get you revenge.
Well, you do this in the movie to Don Rickles, don't you?
Yeah, Don Rickles was great.
Well, what did he do to deserve some revenge?
He was just Don Rickles.
What I love is that I read that you wrote insults for him. He didn't like them at all. He wrote his own insults.
Yeah, he just did. We just said, do whatever you want.
Yeah, you can't.
And he just insulted us. And it was great because it's funny when he insults you and it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like he'll just go up to you and go, listen, why don't you go to Alaska and live in a shed with a rake? And you go, what does that mean?
You're talking to the right person. He thinks he loves Don Rickles.
Great.
Oh, God.
So you like acting, huh? So this could be the beginning of a whole new career for you.
Yeah.
Just like Chevy left Saturday Night Live, went out to Hollywood, became a big movie star.
Well, acting is tough. I mean, one of the toughest things is you don't have your own name. Like, my name's Norm, as you well know.
Sure.
And my character's name in the movie was Mitch, you see? So in the scenes, like, a guy would say to me, hey, we better get going, Mitch. And I go, huh? And then they go, cut,
Yeah, right.
you know?
You're not used to this.
Right. So then the next time they go, let's get going, man. We got to get going, Mitch. And I go, yes, me, Mitch. Let's get going. I'm Mitch. And then they go, cut.
And Bob Saget directed this.
Yeah, well, you know, there's bad news and everything.
How is young Saget?
He's actually
here,
right over
Bob?
there.
Hey, Bob. Come on over here.
Bob Saget.
Yes, you do.
Stand over there. Stand over there, man.
Guys,
Nice to see you two guys survive making this movie together.
Well,
Bob's a great man. Bob's a great man.
and a good woman. We've been together for a while now.
And now he's a big movie director.
He's a big movie director.
If it's a big movie.
Tell him what Rickles said to you when he first met you about what Scorsese.
Oh, Rickles actually said, Bob, you're very, very tall. You're very tall. Martin's very short man. That was it.
No, remember Martin Scorsese met you when he first heard? He said, I'll do it.
I don't remember.
He said, Rickles meets him and he goes, because he did Casino with Martin Scorsese.
Sure.
And he goes, I just talked to Martin and I told him you were my next director. And he went, ah!
Oh, that's He left me a message. He called me at my office and he said, I don't understand. He left me this message. He says, I hit 2 in pound and I hit 3 in pound. I don't know how your Jew spaceship works. He says, call me Saget. I miss you. Don Rickles. It's very funny.
How is he as an actor? What do
He's
you
really
think?
good.
Yeah? Big
He
future?
is. Yeah, I think the man is incredibly talented. I'm not just saying that because we have a movie opening on June 12th. No, he's in full commitment. He says he wouldn't answer, the name Mitch, but he did.
Yeah.
Not to me, but to other people.
Well, you gave it 100%, huh?
Now, can this guy become a romantic leading man in the movies?
Yeah, he turns me on. No, I think, all kidding aside, I've talked to a lot of
ladies,
people, a lot of ladies, and they all said they find this man very sexy, and they think his...
What else do you need?
His eyes. They love his eyes.
Beautiful eyes.
Oh, your beautiful eyes. They twinkle.
And he's got those Tom Selleck dimple things happening.
Oh, yeah. This is the new Tom Selleck, absolutely.
He's got the little wavy hair thing happening. Yeah.
I think you're getting to Kathy Lee.
Oh, yeah, baby.
All right, so it opens on June 12th,
June 12th.
All right.
They say revenge is sweet. Bob Saget and Norm MacDonald are hoping it is also funny. Saget makes his feature film directorial debut. MacDonald his writing and starring debut in Dirty Work. Basically, two guys who've never done this job before. It's an irreverent comedy that proves getting even can lead to odd situations.
They're nice cars. These are luxury automobiles. I got a whole place. They're fully loaded.
They're loaded with dead hookers.
They're seeing things. Don't shoot this. This is not part of the commercial.
Is some jerk making your life miserable? You want revenge? Call 555-0187 and let us do your dirty work.
Sort of like Ghostbusters.
Yeah, a little bit, but there's no ghost.
Just hookers and trunks.
Hookers and trunks.
Which is good programming in the morning for your family.
You've never done this before. You've never done this before. Nervous at all?
Hookers and trunks, or you mean the movie thing?
Big, funny directorial debut, comedy, you, starring role.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure.
Yeah, I'm nervous.
No,
but,
you're not.
No, I'm not because I take the Xanax.
3-4 cases a week, isn't it?
No, I
sell it to him.
Do you?
No.
Tell me about the movie.
Actually, he's a very, very funny man.
The movie?
Oh, I'm sorry, I got crazy. I was reading that. The movie is two guys that start a revenge for hire business because one of their dads, Jack Ward, needs a heart transplant.
He's my dad, too. He's both of our dads.
You can't say that, though. That's secret information.
Oh, yeah, that's the big plot twist.
Yeah. So, we give that away later. Let me tell you how The Exorcist ends now. Silence of the Lambs, they kill that guy.
Revenge. What do you know from revenge? Do you have any experience in your own life with revenge?
Yeah, I always think up revenge is to get back at guys. Like if they screw me over, if they do something mean,
Really?
Oh, all the time. Like this one guy, man. He would always. What's that? What do you got there?
A little article about you in a little feud with another network.
Oh, yeah. There's this character over on the NBC. He's the president, and he hates me.
And why?
He doesn't think I'm funny.
Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing if you're not funny.
No, yeah, I am funny.
Yeah.
He's very funny. I think he just doesn't know you.
He's a jackass.
What about dirty work, though?
What about dirty
Can I have
work?
that?
Yeah, as a matter of
Thanks.
fact, yeah.
That's a good thing.
Dirty work is, what about it?
It's funny, don't you think?
Is it funny? Have you ever done any revenge little tricks, do little pranks to people to sort of get even?
When I was a little kid, I did this thing where I would phone people at random, me and my brother, and we'd go, hello? We'd pretend to be all scary, and we go, my mommy gave this number to call you in case there's an emergency. There's someone at the door trying to get in. There's someone at the door.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it was funny though.
He did something to me 2 days ago. I was driving. One of the stars of the movie, Artie Lang, is very excited about everything that's going on with this movie, and he got a brand new Cadillac. Beautiful black Cadillac. We went golfing. We played 3 holes, then went to the snack bar, and then we played 2 more later. And so Artie, we're driving back, and I plowed into a manhole, and I flatted out his tire in the bottom of the car,
with his new caddy.
with his brand new caddy. And he's like cracking up. So what current kind of practical joke?
So this crazy Mexican tow truck driver comes, you know, to fix our his car, and so then I tell Saget, I go, hey man, that guy wants your autograph, you know,
For his kid.
For his kid. So then the guy like fixes our car, and then Saget, like a jackass, he comes up afterwards and he goes, yeah, I'll sign anything for you. And the guy goes, no, cash.
I said, you want an autograph? He says, no, $50. And then he and Artie are like on the ground because I was like, you want my autograph for your kid, right? And he goes, no.
Was this movie fun to make? I mean, is it more fun to make comedies than to make dramas? Because you've made dramas before.
I made a drama about his sister died of a bad disease.
Right. I mean, you've done the other thing. Is it a whole...
You know, it's interesting that you told us both. I forgot I'd done it till now.
But you've also done some other directing as well.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of people don't know you started back in college doing directing projects and things.
Right. But this thing, you know, comedy is a collaborative thing. And Norm and the writers, Norm wrote it with Frank Sebastiano and Fred Wolf and our producer Bob Simons. Everybody was working together to get the funniest stuff that we could get out of it. And it's Norm's sensibilities, a lot of it. And it's really because of that I fell in love.
I don't know what he's talking about, but we got funny people in it.
California.
We got, you know, the great Don Rickles, Chevy Chase, Chris Farley, all the funniest guys I know are in the movie. So that's what makes it, you know.
Are you happy to be doing movies and not TV anymore?
No, I love TV the best.
Do you?
Yeah. Maybe one day I could fill in for Spencer Christian if he's over in Atlantic City.
Do you think? He always is, you know.
I know, I saw him there once.
Did you?
Yeah,
How much did you lose?
He had a feverish look on his face.
Norm MacDonald, Bob Saget.
We're done?
Best of luck with Dirty Work.
Thanks, Lisa. You and Kevin are great, man.
Thank you.
But you wrote a sequel for Dirty Work.
I did.
And we had the money?
Yeah, we were going.
That's unbelievable to me.
Yeah. And Norm, I didn't think he was going to die. And I didn't know. And
I was going to say, did you know, I mean, you know, writing a sequel that stars a guy who's got leukemia is not a smart move. So
when nobody knew, and he wanted it that way, and I think it was also him being a gambler at heart, you know, with life.
He thought he could get through it.
And by the way, he was told he was going to. So I think it's those last few weeks. I think he was really thinking he was going to beat it, and we were set to go. And so you were going to be getting the phone call.
Yeah.
And I told you that when I was in New York, and it's really good script. And he and Laurie Jo Hoekstra, who I love.
Yeah, Lojo, the great LJ.
She's just great. I guess when we did Dirty Work, I was more the guy that wanted to be liked, and that ain't the club you do it with. You know, you don't have, you know, Frank Sebastiano and Fred Wolf. It ain't social. It's making the best movie you can make. And that movie was, you know, people that love it have to know that writing good comedy is hell. You know, it's really hard work. And that's why I think the movie resonated. Right now I'm trying, and we'll see what happens. I'm trying to make the R-rated cut for Norm, you know.
Right.
to do that because 7 minutes are missing. So,
no kidding.
Yeah. Remember you guys had, I can't give it away if it comes out.
Well,
it involves donuts.
The donut scene. Yeah, right, exactly.
And there's more than that, but, the prison scene's a little bit different.
yeah. And I can say what it is. The prison scene, Norm gets fucked in the ass. And
as you do in prison.
Listen, I've been there. No one always gets fucked in the ass. Believe me, that would be I'd be a hard date to deal with if that happened.
Well, for you, it's like looking for Waldo once they get in there.
But anyway, Norm says after he gets fucked in the ass, you know what hurts the most is the lack of respect. That's what hurts the most. But the other thing hurts the most, the anal rape.
Right. And that
got cut out.
But we used a wide shot, and amazing that it worked. That and the other thing.
Right.
And I had Norm loop it, and he went, God, looks like I said that. So he didn't. You said anal rape, Norm. And so hopefully we'll put anal rape back in where it belongs in dirty work.
Anal rape belongs no further than your friendly podcast and your friendly movie makers.
I hate fake humility.
The idea of like somebody being good for the cause or the resistance or whatever. First of all, that's meaningless. That fucking, you got to go back and look at all that Norm MacDonald shit. You know that interview Norm MacDonald did where he was like, oh yeah, everybody thought Hitler was hilarious prior to him running to power, or like getting into power. There was comics about him and everyone thought he was a big joke. And then he did the Holocaust. So there goes your notion of comedy being powerful.
That's the one where he's like,
Norm rules.
If you tell me one socially relevant joke that's funny, I'll give you $1 million.
Norm fucking rocks.
And they're like, what about all this identity-based comedy like Aziz and Amy Schumer? He's like, yeah, everyone expects comedians to be modern day philosophers, which I think is really insulting to modern day philosophers.
People go to school, study philosophy.
He's like, you're not a philosopher because you try to fuck waitresses.
I know, man. Norm fucking rocks.
He's the best.
Have you seen the new special? I haven't finished all of it.
I haven't seen it, but I heard it's good.
It was good.
And they dropped retard like 4 or 5 times in the article.
That was, by the way, that was the funniest part of Norm MacDonald getting in trouble for whatever.
Is in the apology.
You'd have to be someone with Down syndrome not to feel sorry for victims.
Real bad sexual abuse.
I do too.
Rape, everything.
Yes.
And they go
destroys
through.
Their
it destroys their life. They're never the same.
Oh, of course
their whole bodies shake at the thought of it. Some of them even black out when they think about this thing. It's horrible. So
I know that. And of course, you'd have to have Down syndrome.
Not to know that.
My new word.
Down syndrome. Right. That's a good word.
You'd have to have Down syndrome to not feel sorry for, of course I have. Me Too is what you want for your daughters. You know what I mean? And
he is our guy. He's a champion. He is our guy.
He's a fucking champion.
He's the best stand-up in the world.
Once the smoke clears from all of this shit and it's okay to rape girls again, they should build a statue for Norm MacDonald.
Well, he didn't rape anyone.
I know he didn't rape anyone, but
he's actually like you. He's like anti-horny.
Of course, but he's like that.
Nah, he's horny. He's just ashamed of it, like Nick.
No, to do that in apology is masterful.
It really is.
Yeah. Because he knows exactly.
He
knows what he's doing.
I think he's kind of removed enough from society. I had a long conversation with my friend Max about this, but yeah.
Well, if you had a conversation with Max.
We don't have to talk about it.
I didn't realize Max already settled.
Max weighed in.
Yeah, we can talk to Max about it. We bring Max on the pod.
This motherfucker said it like he literally talked to Norm.
No. We already had a long time.
We talked about it.
Me and my landlord already figured this out.
Me and my landlord. No, his mom is my landlord.
Anyway, well, at least you guys got to the bottom of it.
No, we randomly talked about it for 40 minutes, and he's like, "Oh, that's so calculated." Like Norm knows that that's going to piss people off, and his fans are going to think it's hilarious. And
and it did piss people off, and his fans
did think it was hilarious.
Vis-a-vis me,
Yeah.
and Stavros.
He's
think
the
it's
best.
hilarious.
Yeah.
He's the
I mean,
best.
to throw
I'm-
that in his
I'm-
apology.
That's my new word, Down syndrome.
That's my new word. I'm gonna start using that.
What an apology. Unbelievable.
And then he had a third apology.
Did he?
I think he fucked up again.
That rule.
Yeah.
He should just see how much he could fuck up, because who gives a shit, right?
Well, part of the interview, the first interview, made me think that maybe he wasn't doing bits and he is kind of removed from society. Like when
Yeah.
he said that he doesn't know racism, he didn't know racism existed until he saw the new Sacha Baron Cohen show.
I love Norm,
Which was
but I
like,
also do
okay.
think he is out of touch as hell.
Yeah, I mean, he's in comedy clubs 250 nights a year. He's like constantly, like or gambling.
Also, the thing about Norm Macdonald, like I read his book, and even though it's like a fictionalized thing, it's like that motherfucker like grew up in a farm in like in
Canada,
rural ass
yeah.
Canada.
Yeah.
Like his life is close. His childhood is closer to like the Great Depression than like living in modern
well,
society.
I think some of that was like hammed up for.
I know it was, but
Yeah,
still, I mean, I don't think it's literal. But he did grow up in like
His book is
rural
so
Canada in
fucking
like
good.
the what 40s, 50s. Like how old is he?
I don't know.
What if it comes out too?
No, later than that.
Norm Macdonald is threatening Seth Simons on the.
What does he say?
So Seth Simons goes same energy, and he posted a picture of the Joker and Donald Trump, which is like,
shut.
Oh my God!
You fucking loser.
And fucking Norm Macdonald wrote, "Hey, you fucking piece of shit. It's you that's the Joker, a failed stand-up that kills someone who got a TV show. I cannot wait to meet you, and I will."
Damn, dude.
That's so sick.
That is awesome. Norm's just like, fuck you, bitch. Fuck.
Is it really my fault? 'Cause you try to hit me with your pity till I can't trust, but I still push on. Got me changing my ways, trying to fix it.
I'm still figuring out what's going on. I'm looking at Ashley
Is that
Judd, and I can't help
Mark
it.
Norm McDonald?
No.
No.
That could be a new character.
No, it can't. They're too similar.
Yeah, there's not
they
enough.
really sound similar.
Come on, Adam.
They
you know
don't
the
sound
formula.
similar. They fucking
Their jokes are similar.
they're both comedians.
They're both observational.
Yeah.
comics.
Well, how would you even do that? Try that out for a spin, Adam.
Well, I just do like a Norm joke, and then I'd say "kidding." Or
Kidding.
something.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. Okay, you're right.
All right. I don't know.
It's not good, but
It's not good,
but it's
it
functional.
works. Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Thank you.
I'll give you that, and also give you 5 3/4 of
Yeah.
something else.
Good evening, I'm Chevy Chase, and you're not even halfway through the show. As you may recall, I was the original anchor on Weekend Update. It was back a long time ago. I mean, I was back when the only person in Betty Ford was Jerry. You know, really never anticipated that I would be forever known as the guy who did Update the best ever in the world.
Wait a second, babe. You only did one season. I did 6. I mean, you might have knocked her up, but I married her. I spent more time behind this desk than Kubrick did in the edit bay, spanking at the dailies from Eyes Wide Shut.
Hey guys, man, I was just sitting at home watching the TV there.
Yeah.
And like, is there something going on here tonight?
Norm, it's the 25th anniversary. Didn't you get the invitation?
Oh yeah, the invitation. Yes, I got it. I got it in the mail. It was the one where they invited me.
Little one, you've been away so long, and I need you now more than forever.
Yeah.
Hey, anyway, guys, I gotta go. I gotta go to this party. There's a huge party over at Eddie Murphy's, and it's supposed to be pretty cool. He's making fun of the show. So,
Oh, that's great, Norm. Which show, yours or this one?
No, this one.
Anyway, Anyway, we're here to introduce some update features, so let's take a look back, won't you? The funny thing, I really only created Weekend Update so I could work without wearing my pants.
But I wonder if people, like you say, you don't like people who are not hardworking. I wonder, are there people who worked as hard as Steve did and does?
I was thinking when I said it that there's an exception. I know we're both admirers of Norm MacDonald, and he seems sometimes like someone who has something. It's his cadence. It's the way he talks. I don't know if he's a hardworking comic, but God, he makes me laugh. Mm-hmm. And his cadence, something is just wrong about it, you know?
But I love Norm, and my guess is, what I know of Norm is that he may not be working hard.
No.
But what he has is the same result as somebody who's worked hard.
Yes, yeah.
Which is, again, enviable, admirable. But God, he makes me laugh. And I happened across some of his time on Weekend Update.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When you watch it now, you realize Norm just didn't care if it got a laugh.
No. And he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't care. And he had a joke. I think Downey wrote the joke. It was during the OJ trial. And there's a picture of Johnny Cochran holding up the knit cap with OJ sitting next to him. And God, no one could do this but Norm. Norm said, a little bit of a wrinkle for OJ in the trial today. Johnny Cochran stood up and held the knit cap that was found at the scene of the double murders when OJ jumped up and said, hey, careful with that. That's my lucky stabbing cap. Who else could do that?
Right.
And he doesn't. And if it got nothing, he would stare.
Yeah.
And tell you your problem. I thought that was one of the best. Dark but fantastic.
Right.
And also no one could do it but him.
No, that's what I was going to say. I would, if somebody had pitched that joke to me at the height of the OJ trial, I would have laughed and not done it. Would you have done that joke?
No, I would not have done that.
Yeah.
I would have been queasy and it's tragedy and it was theater of some kind.
Yeah.
Theater of the absurd.
But the delivery, the persona, and the material, it's
perfect.
Powerful. Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of entertaining celebrities, but Norm MacDonald used to come on our show in the early days, and those were, I thought, great television because we never knew it was happening, and it was always teetering on the edge of it was all about to blow up. It's all about to fail, and it would always end brilliantly. And then he stopped coming around, and it was just a period that passed. And I was always sad about that because I thought we're a very celebrity-conscious age, and people always think that the best guests are the biggest celebrities. Sometimes, the best guests are these people that you have a weird connection with, and it's compelling television. People see and they talk to me about it later on. Like I'll be out in the world walking around and people will say, I saw that when you were with Harlan or when you were with Norm or with Will, and that really got wild and crazy in a way that they don't see on television now.
Have you, over the years, who are some of the people who have been your go-to people that I just remember Dave in his early years had Terry Garr and he had Sandra Bernhard.
Yes.
And they were kind of magic together. Who are your...
I had so many people. Norm MacDonald was this person who would come... you all know Norm MacDonald, but Norm MacDonald, when we would have him on in the early days, to this day, I've never interviewed anybody like Norm MacDonald.
Who was the best guest that you've ever interviewed, and who was the worst?
I love Will Ferrell. I also love Norm MacDonald because he comes on and his stories are all invented. None of them are real. They're all old farmers' daughters jokes. And he pretends he'll come on. I'll say, "What's up, Norm?" He'd be like, the other day I was walking down the road and a pirate comes up. I'm like, "What?" Yeah, a pirate comes along and he's got 3 pigs with him. One of them is wearing a hat, one's got a pipe, and then it's just a complete waste of everybody's time that's absolutely delightful and hilarious. And so I love him.
Your favorite guests are always like the Bill Burr, Norm Macdonald. This
Yes.
might go off the rails really fast.
I
type
mean,
of guys.
yeah. I mean, Norm Macdonald, one of the great talk show guests of all time. He invented something that no, Norm Macdonald invented this amazing thing that I've never seen anybody do before or since. It's kind of like he split the atom. It was that revolutionary. Norm would come on and he would, instead of telling you a real story, like if I had you on the show and you're like, hey, Bill, tell me, well, and remember I was living in Chestnut Hill once, and you would tell a real story about what happened to you in your life. Norm tells old jokes as stories that happened to him.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, Norm, what are you up to? And I mean, really old jokes from like the 1920s. And he'd be like, well, Conan, I don't know if you're aware that I purchased a farm, Conan. I'd be like, really? You purchased a? Yeah. I purchased a farm. Of course, I have 3 daughters. And I'm like, you have 3 daughters? Yeah, I have 3 daughters on the farm. One very attractive, one not as attractive, and of course the third not, kind of. Well, she's ugly, Conan. She's ugly. And I'd be like, Well, one day this traveling salesman comes to the farm. And he says, now, Norm, I tell you. And then it's like he's telling an old traveling salesman joke.
Yeah.
But
you know about halfway through where it's going.
I mean, I usually know. I know kind of what he's doing. I'm laughing that he has the balls to do this. I'm laughing at the audacity. So I don't even care if this joke lands or not. I'm laughing that he's committing to the fact that, no, he doesn't have a farm. He doesn't have 3 daughters. There's no traveling salesman. But he doesn't care in a way that is exhilarating and scary at the same time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
plus, he probably has some people in the audience who are taking completely seriously, right?
Yes. Yeah. He's got some people thinking.
We call them tourists.
Yes, we call them. They're usually from San Bernardino.
Well, Norm had the greatest talk show moment in the history of talk shows with Courtney Thorne Smith.
That was epic. That was so great. And it's funny because
it's lived on. Who knew that we were going to have YouTube eventually?
You know
where
what?
We could just queue it up on command.
God bless YouTube. I had no idea when those things were happening. I thought, we're talking 1993, 94. When those things were happening, I thought, what did I know? I just thought if you were up and you saw it, that means you saw you saw an amazing thing happen. And if you, and then maybe if I get to stay on the air long enough, we'll have a 1-year anniversary show and maybe you'll see it then. But if you're not there for that, it's gone. And now I meet people, that around the world that will say, oh, I just saw that thing with you and Norm and Courtney Thorne Smith. And I'll think that was a moment of my life when I was 30.
Yeah.
And I'm like 85 now. Like, how is that possible?
Well, the magazine POV came out this week with a list of the best and worst jobs to have in the next century. Their 3 best were, in this order, multimedia software designer, management consultant, and interactive advertising executive. While their worst, for the 3rd year in a row, crack whore. U.S. News and World Report's list of the best and worst jobs for 1996 is out. Last year's best job, multimedia software consultant, was replaced by a new best job, bioindustrial engineer. And in the worst job category, last year's winner, crack whore, has lost its spot. The new worst job is assistant crack whore. Finally, according to the U.S. News and World Report 1997 Career Guide, the best job in the United States for the second year in a row is Interactive Business System Analyst. However, last year's worst job, Assistant Crack Whore, has been replaced by a new worst job, Crack Whore Trainee. That's the... I swear to God, this one will really do well. This one concerns a fella that won the lottery. And he was a garbage man. He won the lottery. He won the New York State lottery. And he won like $8 million. And he said he's not going to quit his job. And you've always heard that, right?
Right. I'm going to keep my job.
I'm going to keep my job. And there's only one occupation where the person does not keep his job when he
wins the lottery.
Wins the lottery. You know what that occupation is?
No.
Crack whore.
That was amazing. You pulled it out. I was worried about you for a minute. I thought you were in deep trouble. I thought you might get backed into a corner, have a lot more pressure on you, and then not have anything.
I know.
But the pitch came in low and towards the middle, and you put it out of the park.
No, I didn't.
What are you talking about? When people hear crack whore, they just start laughing. That's just the reaction people have.
It's
got when birds fly in and sing a song. Crack whore. What are you doing now?
I just saw on the TV my hair.
Okay. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to take a little commercial break.
Okay, great.
And I'm going to get security in here. And then we're going to come back and we're going to talk to you some more because you're going to have some fluids during the break and stuff.
Fluids?
Yeah, you'll see. We'll get that Tanya girl to get them for you.
I thought when you said that, I thought you meant fluids out of my ass.
A couple of times in the 4 years I've been doing this show, someone has stopped me just before I went to commercial to try one more joke. That was the most worthwhile of all this time. We'll take a break, everybody. We'll be right back.
Norm used to say the same thing to me every time, and it made me laugh every single time he'd see me. He'd walk up, and he'd go, don't tell me, don't tell me, don't tell me. You're on a show. And it's a big show, but don't tell me. Don't tell me. And your last name's Collier. Hold on. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. It's a show, and you're on with some kids, and that's it. That's all I got. Your name's Collier, right? Every time he would say the same thing to me. And it made me laugh because I know I'd seen Norm coming, and I'd go, here he goes. He said, don't tell me. And as soon as he said, don't tell me, I just couldn't stop laughing.
Scared of letting go, go, go. I'm scared of letting go, go, go. I'm scared of letting go of everything in the past. I'm scared of letting go.
You know him as Super Dave Osborne, but we've been brothers our whole lives. People don't realize our last name is actually Einstein. So Dave Einstein, Bob Einstein, you're Dave, I'm all right. Bob, what are your memories of Dad and the radio show? Because Mom didn't think it was funny, and
our father was a wonderful man. He was the first man that I ever saw actually going to work with banana peels actually in his slippers. It was a wonderful, wonderful trick. I tried it years later. It never worked for me. That was the brilliance of our father.
You kept falling down.
I did.
Yeah.
Yes, it was just
he
one
could
of those,
ride a bike with the bananas in his slippers.
He could do anything with bananas, and that was what our mother loved about him.
I always thought it was the cheese. I thought she loved the cheese.
Well, she did. She loved cheese. She loved bananas. She loved cheese on bananas, and I think that that is one of those moments that I really don't want to touch. That's really, I think, between our parents.
You're probably right.
Hey, what about this? Super Dave has been on the phone with me.
Super Dave
backstage.
Osborne?
The great Super Dave Osborne.
Yes.
And he's been on the phone while I'm trying to get ready to come out here.
Yes,
he keeps phoning me.
That's what he does.
And he goes, this is what you do. You walk out. You're wearing a pompadour. You just look at Jimmy. You don't say a thing for 5 minutes.
This is why we never invite him back anymore.
He says, let me ask you a question. It's 4th down and 1. You're at the 1 yard line. You have the choice. You can hand it to O.J. Simpson, Jim Brown, or Emmett Smith. I'd go with Rosie O'Donnell. Then you got Kirstie Alley in the hole and Wendy O. Williams behind her. Wendy O. Williams is the...
Wendy O. Williams. He's a punk singer or something, right?
No, I think he meant Wendy Williams. But he said, Wendy O. Williams is the lone second. I think he was a little confused.